Hey y'all, so I'm going to try to do this. I don't know. Y'all are all sitting on the same table, so I might end up jarring you around a little bit too much, so I'm going to apologize now for that. But I couldn't really figure out what else to do. I was going to cut some glass, but yeah, it never fails whenever I do cut glass. I always cut myself, and I'm sure nobody wants to, like, sit here and watch me bleed. So, well, I don't know. Some of you might, but anyhow, the lighting is bad. I know. I usually do this sort of thing during the day. I have a window like right up here, but it's dark. So, the whole purpose of this video is my 20 October movie. I'm going to call it a wish list because I know I won't get to watch all these movies. Shoot, I probably only will get to watch a handful if I'm lucky, but yeah, if I had the time and Boo would let me, this is the 20 movies I would like to watch leading up to Halloween. And I would really like to know your alls as well. If you make videos, link your video down below if you make one, or let me know maybe your top 5, something like that. I think it's fun, and it's a good way to, there's a lot of videos that I have, or movies I have forgotten about, and I was just talking to people at work, and I remembered some of them. You know, we were talking, and they brought up some, and yeah. So anyway, my 20 movies are in no order at all. Yeah, so they're not like least favorite to favorite or anything like that. These are just movies that I like. And I'm going to do this. I've had this piece finished for a while, but I'm going to put some black patina on it, and I need to get it finished because I want to send it to the person I made it for. So anyway, the first movie that I have on my list is Critters. I've always liked Critters. I've liked Critters better than Gremlins even. And I do like Gremlins. I was never a fan of Gizmo. Gizmo always got on my nerves on Gremlins, especially when he did the whole Rocky thing. Ugh. I never could stand that movie, Rocky. But anyway, yeah. So Critters would be on my list. And I know there's several of those movies, but the first one is really the one that, well, actually, the first and the second one are I like. Okay, the next one is Maximum Overdrive. I mean, that movie's just fun. Anybody that's watched that, I mean, it's cheesy. And most of these movies are cheesy, but it's just like things from my childhood. Growing up, we didn't have shoot, we didn't even have cable hooked up most of the time because my dad was anti-TV, which, looking back on it, was probably a good thing. But I would go over to my grandparents' house, who lived like right beside us on pretty much the same property, and they used to like show scary movies and stuff on Fridays and Saturdays, certain times of the year, and we'd go over and we'd watch a movie. So, anywho, the next one, and come on, Maximum Overdrive, y'all. It's trucks that come alive and they just want fuel. But anyway, the next one is Hardware. If y'all haven't seen that movie, you ought to give it a look. It's weird. It's a very odd movie. I mean, just give it a look. The next is Silent Hill. That movie is just creepy, all on its own. It's just creepy. And if y'all are wondering what I'm doing here, this is just extra fine grit steel wool. Where this is sat, I got to get my silver cleaned off really good so that the patina will stick. Okay, so anywho, next is Dog Soldiers. That is my favorite werewolf movie. It's low budget. It's not a very well-known movie, but it's really good. It's really good. It's, like I said, my favorite, and I like the way it ended. Okay. I think it's like a European, a British movie or something like that. Okay. 6 is Chainsaw Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I'm not talking about that terrible remake. If you like the remake, I mean, you know, that's fine, but yeah, I like the original one. I swear, that original one, the whole thing to that movie that makes it super creepy is that blonde chick. I think, is she blonde? Yeah, she's blonde. That chick in that movie screams from almost the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. I mean, the entire time that chick's screaming. And it's just, ooh. 7 is The Host, and if you Google The Host, there's several different movies that'll pop up. This one was made in 2007. It's a foreign made movie, but it's really good. It's a sea creature. It's just, you'd have to watch it. I like it. 8 is The Prophecy. I enjoy that movie. I think is there 2 or 3 of those? I can't remember now, but it's good. 9 is Cujo. I like Cujo for the same reason that I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, it's that little bitty chick I'll hold up in that car for the majority of the movie, and most of the time she's like sweating and screaming. I mean, it's just unnerving. 10 is Strays. For the longest time, I wanted to watch that movie again, but I never could figure out what it was called. I would Google it, killer cats, and it wouldn't show up. And a while back, I like put it in Google and it popped right up, and I was like, that's it. But yeah, basically it's killer cats. It's like I said, it's like a cheesy, I don't even know if you'd call it a C movie. Maybe a B movie, C movie, something like that. Let's see here. Let me move this, guys. Dust this off. Let's see. Evil Dead would be next on the list. I just like that movie. It's really creepy, I think. Sorry, guys, I can't walk and chew gum. Alright. And yes, my soldering skills are subpar, but I'm working on them. I'm getting better. Okay. So, 12 is What Lies Beneath. And really, I like that movie for one scene. And I don't know what it is about that scene, but it always got me. And that's the part where the chick, I always want to call her Michelle Pfeiffer, but I don't think that's who it is. Oh, sorry, I just blew in y'all's ear there. But the main chick in the show, the guy, like, gives her those drugs, and she's in the bathtub. He puts her in the bathtub and has the water on with the stopper in the tub. And, basically, he leaves her there to drown. I like that whole scene. The whole scene where she's spitting and sputtering and she's trying to take her toe and unstop the drain. I love that whole scene. And then the part where she comes up over the tub with her fingers and pulls herself over. Oh, I don't know. That's just, I love it. Let me see here. Where was I at? 13. Leviathan. Let me see if I can do this, y'all. See if I can do this and talk at the same time. Leviathan. I think that movie came out around the same time as, like, The Thing. That's the way a lot of that works, y'all. Is like, they'll make one movie. There'll be, like, this huge Hollywood movie. And then there'll be, like, all these little spin-offs. And if I like that huge Hollywood movie, generally, I love that there's all those spin-offs, because it's just kind of like more of the same, just, you know, a little different. I don't know. I like that. But anywho, I like Leviathan. It's an underwater creature. As y'all can see, that patina is just, it's kind of muddy looking. When it's not muddy, it's like a pretty blue color when you put it on, but it causes the oxidation or the chemical reaction. See how it's brown? But anyhow, we're not here for that, are we? 14, speaking of movies like that, The Thing. And I like the original Thing, and I like the remake of The Thing. Now, that most recent one, I think it was supposed to be a prequel or something like that, maybe. I don't know. The most recent movie that they came out with, I don't know, 4 years ago, something like that. It was okay. I didn't really care for that so much, but the first two versions of it, the older one and, yeah, I like those. Those are the best to me. Let's see, The Thing. 16, The Descent. When I first saw the previews for that movie, I was like, oh, that's not going to be any good. It's just going to be some kind of campy chick movie. I'm not for chick movies, y'all. I don't like chick flicks. I don't like really campy movies. Like, and but when I say campy, I mean like the whole like the teenagers, they're always, in those movies, the teenagers are always like messing around in the car, and they're the first ones to die, because, you know, you just know they're the ones that's going to die if they're teenagers messing around in the car or in the woods or wherever. I don't know. Kind of like those, like the campy slasher films are not my favorite, but I will watch them, like Jason or Friday the 13th or whatever. Those are alright, but not my faves. Hang on, guys. Let me make sure I got all this on there good. Like I said, y'all, I can't talk and chew gum or walk and chew gum. Okay. Next is The Frighteners. That is a fun movie, y'all. It's got Michael J. Fox in it, and these, he's basically friends with these ghosts. I don't know, I'm not going to ruin it for you. Y'all would just have to watch it. It's just really fun, I think. I really like it. 18 is another movie that when I first saw the previews, I thought it was just going to be terrible. In general now, and I have always been like this, even when I was a youngin', I was like this, so it's not like something that's happened as I've got older and crabby. I just don't generally like movies that's mainly like teens. I don't know, I just never have. And so I kind of like prematurely judge a movie, I guess, if I see that. And that's what's in this movie, is basically there's some teenagers running from this creature. And I kind of judged it right off the bat. But I thought it looked kind of interesting. I was bored one day. I watched it. I liked it. It actually turned out to... I was pleasantly surprised. So, yeah. 19 is Tremors. I think there is like 4 of those Tremor movies. The first one is the best. The second one is alright. It's not as good as like the first one, but it's okay. I mean, they are kind of cheesy, but I like them. And then they just kind of, I think there was like a TV series of it as well that just flopped, but yeah. Tremors. Just a fun movie. Oh, sorry, y'all. I swear, I heard something over there, and I kind of freaked myself out. I'm sure y'all have done that before, you know, just kind of, it's nothing, but you just scare yourself a little bit. It was my turtle. She's heard my big mouth, and she's coming out from under her mulch to see what the heck I'm doing. Okay. And the last movie on my list is another foreign movie. I hadn't heard much about it from anyone. I just kind of discovered it. I think it was either on Amazon or on Netflix. I can't remember, but I was just bored one day, nothing to do, and I watched it, and it was awesome. And that is Snowpiercer. That movie is so good, and it's different. If y'all have never heard of it, you really should look into it because it's really good. It's a post-apocalyptic movie about these people trying to survive on this train, which is, you know, their world, because the world as we know it is pretty much gone. You just have to watch it. It's good. I like it anyway. Alright, and I hope you guys can hear me because I didn't even think about that, but this brushing can get kind of loud. Alright, guys. I think I got that on there good. So, I guess that's all. If you're into some like really odd, like just strange, different movies, and I would not recommend this one for everyone because I was a little creeped out about this. Yeah. There's this foreign film that I watched. It's been a long time ago. Excuse me. And honestly, like, I wouldn't watch it again. It was too weird for me. But it's called The Skin I Live In. I watched it. If you like that type of movie, then that one would be for you. But, yeah, The Skin I Live In. That one was different. Yeah, wouldn't watch it again. I wouldn't care to watch it again. It's just, I don't know, a little too weird for me, I suppose. But alright, guys, if you have a movie list you'd like to share, I'd love to hear it. Yeah, if you make videos, link it down below so I can watch it. Alright, guys, y'all have a good one.